Hello, team. You're eating. You're eating. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Are you serious?
Can't prove it.
I can. I will go. I'm not going to edit this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the SubPar Poddy C episode number 65? Question mark?
Yeah, good memory.
Maybe. Hang on. Let me check before I make a real.
No, don't check.
Don't
I've got a test for you. Don't check. Don't check.
65.
Tell me
I'd
you
already
didn't just
typed it
check.
'cause I'm too quick. What's wrong? What was your test?
Well, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later.
Okay, we'll get to that later. We're back. Jesus Christ. It has been straight up months since our last Poddy C. We're here. We're recording it live on Twitch, as we always do, which is nice and exciting.
Oh, I'm
Good
robotic,
God,
apparently.
Cool.
I'm apparently robotic.
Oh, you're robotic. Oh.
Am I to you?
No.
But
You
I am
sound completely fine to me.
chat.
Mm.
Chat, are we good?
Are we both robotic, or is it just Cole?
Talking. I want to listen.
Okay.
Oh, I sound like shite. It's all like loose
Why?
connection-y. But I'm fine for you.
Yeah, you sound completely okay to me. I'm going to...
To me, that means it must be your end, because the stuff I'm sending to you is in some capacity working.
Yeah, exactly. I've
So I
got
wanna
an
sit here
idea.
and
Hang on. I'm going to add in a thing that is just going to capture Discord.
Intergalactic, planetary,
Cole
intergalactic.
Does Cole sound okay right now, everybody?
Talking. It
Did that
worked.
work?
You fixed it. You're a genius, Goblin.
Cool. I'm going to put your levels to about there. Cole, can you talk now?
Talking. Hi there, Stumpy. I like
Perfect,
your
that's
t-shirt. It
fine.
looks
Shut
like
up
there's
now.
fish.
There's flamingos, you stupid ape.
I'm actually a chimp.
Yeah, you are a chimp boy. Shall I go out and then back in and just cut all of this, or is this all like is this the real us and the people want to see the real us? That's the question.
I think the people that are on the SubPar NHD YouTube that subbed to it because of maybe the greatest overtime in Rocket League history, wanting top tier quality, hard-working, polished content, the likes of which has never been seen, will want to hear me say intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic.
Can you cease who you are?
For
What
how
are you
long?
holding?
It's the you are like an old grandma, right? That just like maybe you're a grandma-in-law that doesn't quite approve. And I've got my best suit on, and you go, is that a loose thread? It's like, yeah, let me just fix that. What's on those shoes? Nothing on those shoes. Are they not tied up in the cross kim knot? It's like, what's the cross kim knot? It's like,
I bet
back in
you
my
would
day,
wear
you had to have a
Velcro to
cross kim knot.
wedding.
I would wear light-up shoes to a wedding, but. You know, if I'm getting married, I've got to wear light-up shoes. That's fair. It's my wedding. Go screw yourself.
Does everyone have to wear light up shoes, or is that just your thing?
I would be annoyed if everybody else wore light-up shoes.
And what if everyone wore light up shoes but you didn't?
I would
So
be.
everyone
I'd
there
be
is
so
having
jealous.
fun.
I would be so jealous if everyone
Oh.
did. But I'll tell you what, at my wedding, there will not be a single raisin in sight.
Raisin, of course, is Cole's slur for a certain ethnic minority.
No, it is not. Raisin is the nastiest type of
Cole, watch
fruit.
what you're saying here. Oh, okay.
I bloody hate raisins. They're disgusting.
Yeah,
And
grotesque.
fruitcake can piss off, frankly.
I had something that had dates in it the other day. I didn't think.
fat
No,
ugly
what was it?
raisins.
It was a bar. It was a bar that I got for like 1p because it was like at Holland and Barrett. And they just had them all like on the front, like
penny
Nature
sale.
Valley and whatever. Yeah, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just buy some bars, keep them in the cupboard for like when I'm hungry or whatever. And one of them contained dates, and it was really nice. And I think I'm okay with them. They're sort of like they're musky big raisins.
Was it like little shreds? Like just
Not
a little shred
shreds.
that... Was there
It's
enough
sort-
to get stuck in your
raisin
teeth?
size.
And
Yeah.
I guess my problem with raisins is that they linger after you've eaten the rest. So you eat the nice chocolatiness, and it's like, oh, that was nice. And then you're still left like, oh, what's that? Oh, that tastes grotesque. I'm glad that's lingered.
I'm happy that there's a push, at least in our generation, to make Christmas pudding no longer exist.
Absolutely.
'Cause
The best thing
Christmas
about Christmas
pudding
pudding is the
and
penny in it.
I wish I could put a penny in it. I exchanged my penny for a date bar, so I just put that inside instead.
Oh, no.
I know. That was the Christmas penny. There's the best part is when I was a kid and everyone was having a and you will, oh my god, you will hate this. in where like people would have a bit of chocolate cake. I can see you the entire time. All right, everyone would have a little bit of Christmas pudding. It'll be really fruity, like grossly fruity. Cherries are grim
disgusting.
as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they are.
Awful
They are. I
stuff.
don't mind them like normally, but when they're freeze dried or whatever, they're grim.
Can't deal with any of it. What I would have instead is just a bowl of cream. And I'd just sit there and just drink the cream, or like drink the custard or something. I had a great time. I remember a family event when there was like a fruitcake that my like grandma had made. Rest her dead soul. She knew that I didn't like any fruit or like fruitcake, so she just gave me a bowl of melted white chocolate.
That's good.
And
That's good grandma.
Best dessert I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I remember that when my mum got married to my stepdad. Well, she got married to her fiance. He became my stepdad on that fateful day. They had
Did you not consider him as such before that?
Well, no, I mean, like, legally speaking, he wasn't yet my stepdad, is the joke. It makes no sense for my mum to marry my stepdad because she's already...
No, he'd still be your stepdad even if they weren't married.
That's not true. A stepdad is a legal term.
Well, no, but it's like a societal thing as well. Like, you'd say, even if like they weren't married, you'd say it was your stepdad, right?
I don't know. I see
What
stepdad
did you
as
call
something
him
that...
Before?
His name.
Well, yeah, but like, but what would you refer to him as? Like, oh yeah, my stepdad.
Maybe partner. You can't really say boyfriend for...
Yeah, boyfriend.
For
I
a
don't like saying
mum.
boyfriend now, mainly because I'm straight.
Yeah. You'll come to terms with it. It's fine.
That's my biggest issue.
Yeah, I would have... I feel to me, stepdad is an official thing. It's like if you were with Charlotte for 40 years, you wouldn't say my wife if she wasn't your wife, right? It's still a legal
but
thing.
that's I would say that's a very specific thing. I feel like it's both, right? It's both the legal term of stepdad or stepfather, whatever it is.
Father.
And then also the sort of more colloquial thing of it being, he is my stepdad, even if they weren't married. Like, say, for example, they never got married.
Yeah.
I imagine at this point, would you still refer to him as your stepdad?
Maybe I would. I don't know. I can't answer that question. But you asked me what I would have called him when I was young. I think 13-year-old me would have called him my equal, and that was where much of our arguments came from. that was the issue.
Trying
right
to
there.
step to an adult.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
God. And your
Little-
mum's there, like, you can't do this.
Little
Look
fat
at you.
man boobed. Well, at least I wasn't a red-headed stepchild yet, and now I am. So that's always been a place of honour for me. But what I was going to say was that at their wedding, they'd ordered a chocolate fountain, right?
Oh,
and I like
nice.
my chocolate, right? But it didn't really work. It all just sort of flopped down. You know, it's meant to go out, sort of go sideways, all proud, standing tall,
Was it quite
peacocking.
thick?
This chocolate fountain, it was like hot brown sick,
Oh, God.
foaming from the mouth of a little metal choc
Did
hole.
they not add, like, cream and stuff to it? 'Cause that's what you're meant to do, to make it flow.
I
Or
don't know.
maybe the
That's such a
heating
question.
element wasn't quite heating it up enough. Ask them.
Good question.
Can you send your mum a
all
text
round.
now? Right, Cole. Send your mum a text now saying, "Hi,
She
mum,
won't
do you remember
respond. I can tell
She
you,
won't
she's
respond to you?
she's an every 3-day check WhatsApp kind of gal. She also calls it WhatsApp, and every time she does that, I cringe. To be fair to her, she has improved at that. But if I do cringe. If I ever say words weirdly, and I know there are some words I say weirdly, blame my mum. Like she made me say hummus for years until I realized it was
Insane.
hummus.
Insane.
Yeah, I know.
Well, everybody, this episode of the SubPar Poddy C is sponsored, as ever, by rocket-league.com. They are legends. They are brilliant. We love them a lot. They are the most popular site for trading. If you guys want to enter into any giveaways, competitions, getting any news and updates as part of Rocket League, the game, head to rocket-league.com. They are brilliant. Because they've also got an app, right? And say you're out and about. What have you been doing out and about recently?
Just sort of soaking up life, really. Stepping outside, being like, the sweet smell of the pour at the local, the local thingy. It's just nice. It's just
Okay,
it's
so
just,
Cole, you're
it's just
there,
good. Yeah.
surrounded by the poor,
Smelling them. Yeah.
and then you think, oh my god, I don't know what's in the item store. What are you going to do at that moment?
Well, probably because I'm a market, I meant the thingy. So if I'm at the market, I'm probably looking at all the stalls thinking, are there any Rocket League decals and cars over here? You sir, selling antiques. May I buy a Rocket League decal from you?
Oh god, I've gone completely wrong on our dock. I threw my mouse around, now I've lost it.
Oh, God.
Hang on, this is going to show some
no.
bad things.
I was going to say,
no.
maybe hide this.
No, it's fine, don't worry, I clicked past it, probably quick enough. Sorry, I threw my mouse and it went everywhere. And then Cole, the man at the market, he's got his phone out and he goes, "Sorry sir, I'm looking at the latest items on rocket-league.com's application on my mobile phone."
Wow, tell me more about that, sir.
Fuck off, Ginger.
Well, then, I
I've got
guess
a
I'll
white
have to...
fennec.
I guess I'll have to go to rocket-league.com, the app myself, and download some White Fennecs. And that's how I can win his respect. Because if I say to him, yeah, the White Fennec is worth 14 keys, he'll be like, wow, you know your keys. And I'll be like, yeah.
Yep. Rocket-league.com. Make a marketman your market friend.
Make your mark on the local marketman called Mark.
They said make your mark on Mark the Market Man.
Yeah, make your mark on Mark the Market Man with rocket-league.com.
There we go. That's the latest, the what's it called? The little tagline underneath.
Jingle.
I
always like saying words that have ng as instead of
like mingle.
Yeah, mingle, bingo. That's where it started in 2019. Linnea's mates from Norwich, my mates too now, went to bingo, and I kept calling it bingo. And this is really fun to say, bingo.
My girlfriend's parents, they've got like her dad he's a relatively stoic man, right? He's a very like loves his business, has done very well for himself. He knows what he needs to do, very practical, very straightforward. If there's one thing that is guaranteed to make him laugh every single time, it's instead of saying mingling, you say mingling.
Mingling. Mingling.
And he'll always giggle and go, mingling. Every time. It's very, very nice. Shout out to Big IH as he goes by. He
loves that, doesn't he? Yeah. I'm making a tweet saying that we're live now.
I've already done that.
Have you?
Yeah, because I'm bloody good at my
you've got
job.
A good place, GIF.
Yeah.
We're literally live on Twitch, recapping. Oh, this is spoilers. Recapping this RLCS season, what work we've done in the background in preparation for Worlds Week. Nice name. And what the future holds. You capitalised Worlds Week as well. I like that. Nice little dash
tweet,
of
right?
caringness. And what the future holds. We'll also be answering your questions. Link below. Hand pointing down.
Point down.
And there's the link.
Yeah.
I'm going to self-like that.
I've nailed that, haven't I?
I've just self-liked it with SubPar.
So, cool, Cole. I see that you've blacked out some stuff, so I'm just going to highlight this quickly and have a look.
No, because what I'd blacked out. This is old school for when we had a literal actual TV show, that gaming show that we used to do, the Daily Download. Yeah. When we had little quizzes for each other, we used to write them down, then highlight the answers in black so the other person couldn't see it. And that's what I've done here. So at the start of this here episode, you were looking back at when the last podcast was, and I said, no, don't look back, because I've got some fun questions.
Okay.
When was our last weekly podcast?
Right, I didn't actually see the. I saw the number, but I didn't see what it was. So I'm gonna say it was 2 months ago that I reckon we did a podcast last. When's that? 24/06. So it wouldn't have been April, surely. We did one post the announcement that there was not going to be a Worlds. Surely we did. Yes, because I remember typing like Worlds cancelled or whatever. I'm just going to go with a straight up 24/04.
Stumpy gets 0 points. Unfortunately, it was 22/04. You were just 2 days off not being a complete and utter fool. But sadly, you are, mate. And our second question, you've already answered it, so you can get your points back. You can get your points back that you've lost. You're on minus 100 right now. What did we talk about?
So it was RLCS Worlds being cancelled. I imagine you took this just from the title that I made as well.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. All
I remember is typing like RLCS Worlds cancelled, and because it's always the two, and what the big news was there. It wasn't the Milky Condom. Wasn't that bad boy? He'd already been done.
He had.
And
you done that since?
I don't know, BDS not best or something.
You're sort of in the right ballpark. It was number 64, RLCS X tier list. And Worlds cancelled, where we said that NRG was by far and away the best North American team. And I wouldn't say we caught some flack, but when our tier list was put up, they were like, is NRG really far and away the best in NA?
Yeah.
History proved Stumpy and Cool Cole right yet again.
It's so nice.
Go back and check the annals of history, and you will always see that when we agree, we're dead on.
Yeah.
Dead on. So we were discussing how... No? What did we get wrong ever?
Well, upcoming, the result of the grand finals of Europe.
Oh, yeah, that, like Rocket League.
But everyone thought that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's when we're, let me rephrase, it's when we're against the world. When you and I disagree with everybody about something, we normally end up being proven correct. And we disagreed with everything. It was also fun. I had a little skip through. First thing I heard, 7 minutes and 33 seconds in, was some bloke on, I believe, the subreddit, saying, hey guys, if I make a GoFundMe, can we have a LAN? He wanted a land from a GoFundMe.
That was so funny. Yeah, can't we just rent a stadium?
Yeah, I think he wanted to make
What?
$2.5 million to make that happen.
So funny. In the meantime, though, Cole, Jesus Christ, the reason why we've been away is hopefully now as evident to literally everyone who has watched the RLCS, who has watched everything that ended up going down. We ended up doing one script per team in the RLCS championship for their regions. So that's 2 for South America, it's 2 for Oceania, and then that is 6 per for EU and NA as well. It was an unbelievable amount of scripts that we did, which was very, very fun. That was the road to the championships, and having them then play on the RLCS main channel was one of the most fun things I've ever seen in my life. Just seeing those guys like laugh at them and talk about all of the scripts was very, very fun. We also did our North American and European recap videos. A lot of writing essentially, and we are hired to do that as part of the RLCS. So that was the main priority.
Do you want to have a look through a script or two? Because that's what we said we were going to do on our first big stream back. We can have a little look at a script that we particularly like, maybe one each.
I think we should do it on the stream. I think we should mention it here.
No, come on, the people.
No, Cole, because why? The reason why is because we have a lot to talk about, don't we?
Just a little.
No, Cole. We have a lot to talk about.
Based on past results, stats.
No, Cole, shut your mouth. I'll mute you. Right? We'll talk about this on a stream.
You can't mute me.
All right. Yes, I can.
I mean, you can. Obviously, you can. I'm not saying you physically
I can.
can't. I know that you have the capability to. I'm saying it'd be very weird. And I'll just be sat here looking pretty while you do the podcast. Yeah, let's do that. I'll chill for an hour. I could do a break.
Right, you're back. You're out of purgatory.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that a lot.
You're welcome, mate.
Yeah.
We can review the script on a stream because that'll be fun. Not all 16, because it took us literally 2 months to do, but.
Yeah, they were a long old thing. Rightio then, chaps. Where do we begin with top lines?
Shut up! That is a great opening line. I love that opening line.
It's all right. See, now you get into it. Isn't it nice to talk about it?
Yeah, that was a good opening line. And now everyone's excited to
Cheese
listen.
Puns. Right, now that's out of the way.
Shut
Let's
up.
talk Team Queso. Well, that's a good opening as well, because everyone is expecting there'll be cheese puns.
You're spoilering.
I'm not spoiling
You're spoilering everything.
I'm talking about how clever we are. That is what a podcast is.
You're making it worse for people. So they were a lot of scripts that ended up getting done. In fact, so many that when we were first approached by the beautiful, incredible Nian Nowakowski over at Psyonix, he said, "Hey guys, we want you to write 16 videos." We basically, I didn't tell him to go fuck himself, obviously, because I love him and respect him a lot.
The thought was there though, wasn't it?
Naturally. Cole then, I think, or one of us DM'd the other saying, we should probably write half each then, really, shouldn't we? And that's what's going down.
The way these things normally happen is that Ian comes to you and you say to me in a rage, come to on Discord and you go, I want to tell him to go fuck himself. He's taken it too far this time. Ian has gone beyond what is acceptable. I'm like, no, Stumpy, it's okay. Let's just calm it down. Let's talk this through. I'm sure there's a way that we can manage. And then you go back to Ian with your post-Cole cool-down discussion having been had. And, you know, he thinks that you care for him, which is a really important part of our job to make sure that relationship doesn't get severed. So I am ultimately the string puller. Anybody that's in Stumpy's DMs, he sends everything through me. There's no privacy there at all. I share it with all of my friends. We gather around the pub. I'm sort of saying, oh yeah, then Stumpy said this to this person, and we're all laughing at you. So yeah, don't trust him as far as you can fling him.
Yes, absolutely not. But we ended up having to split those scripts between the two of us, which was it was a big challenge because that's not how you write. That's not how I write at all. I don't write. And so I kind of had to go through 8 of them, wrote them down, Cole then tore them apart, put them all back together with brand new tape and cool bits introduced. We can go through that, of course, on a stream, but they were very, very fun.
Right, what do you want from me? You're teasing me with...
I'm teasing you, yeah.
Hey, Cole, what a good process this was. But we'll talk about it on stream later. So what do you want from me? Do you want me to agree and nod? Do you want me to say anything? Just what do you want? Just tell me what you want.
I'm teasing you. I'm teasing people.
With a little feather duster on my nipples.
Ready. Everyone's ready. Do you say that at the same time? Teased.
Oh, you teased.
Teased.
Oh, your little nipples are teased.
We are going to be obviously talking about this a little bit more on the stream. Naturally, teasing nipples and such. But we also wrote some scripts for the recap videos. that we'll be going through on stream too.
Correct. Then what do you want me to add?
No.
Yes, we did.
No, we're
what
not.
do you want from me?
They're cool. Recap videos we're going to be talking about here.
Are
Right.
we?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to.
Okay, we'll move on then.
No, I really do. Can we talk about those, please? Because the whole season...
I will give you 3 lines. Is what?
Okay, right.
Dina
I'll
said
snort
to your
those,
dad.
and then what? It's like I'll be like, oh my god, the scripts here, we wrote them in first, and four, and we were going, and then we did this, and then oh my goodness, we
You
did
get
it was amazing.
3 lines or 1 paragraph that you can look through now. Okay.
Oh, to read.
To read. Okay.
Oh, I
and then
thought you meant.
then see the quality. Okay, and then we can talk about them. All right. No big scripts; they can be saved for later.
Okay, I thought when you said I've got 3 lines. No, when you said 3 lines, I thought you meant I can say 3 things about this process of writing these recaps.
No.
You want me to read 3 lines?
3 lines that you really like. There are 2 that immediately come to mind. You know the 2.
Go on, if you got a couple.
You're Furia.
The recaps. No, I thought we were talking about the recaps now with Doomsday.
No. We're talking about Road to Champs.
Oh, for God's sake! I'm so confused.
Back to recaps then, because no recap videos, no one cares about them. The Road to Champs videos are way better.
So you want to do 3 lines from the Road to Champs? Because you said recaps.
Okay, I didn't say Road to Champs. You should know that.
Okay, right. Well, why didn't you do your one that you're talking about them that you like?
No, because that's your line.
It was my no. It was my.
Hang on.
I put the little cherry on it. It was your line that I added. Do you remember? Because we were going through it, and I said, "Oh, I just thought of a really good line to put, a really good thing to put in."
Okay, hang on. What's it called? Path to where is it?
This one was Solary.
It was Solary. Okay, so. Although actually no, the end of Top Blokes was really good. I'll go with the Top Blokes one because that I feel is one that isn't necessarily been given a lot of praise, especially from us as well.
Okay.
So it's the final bit in Top Blokes that I really liked. First, it's the script that started with "Rightio then chaps." Where do we begin with Top Blokes? Setting that scene, right, with the Englishness. And the final bit of it was, while others have fallen by the wayside, Top Blokes have shown resilience. With good old gentlemanly grit and determination and a stiff upper lip if things aren't going their way, they'll gladly meet anyone for pistols at dawn.
Apart from Vitality, right?
Apart from Vitality, yeah, because Top Blokes are bad. But yeah, that was really nice. I enjoyed it a lot. I liked the editing for that as well. Because it was like, meet anyone for pistols at dawn. And then the car went over it. Yeah, so that was really nice. I thought that flowed very, very good.
Okay, all right, I'll go with my first one, not the one that you're thinking of. For Guild, right?
Okay.
After disappointment in full, the team longed for consistency, so it was out with D old, in with Devo, one former world champ replacing another.
You were so proud of that line when you came to me with it. I like it. It's funny.
It's one of those ones that, like, often I think things are clever and funny, and people go, "Oh, it doesn't make any sense." But that's when I was thinking, no, it does make sense, right? It does work, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does.
So I was happy with that one.
Big
And
fan
do you
of
want to tell you what? Let's just completely fuck it. You know the one that you're talking about, the one, the one to rule them all. Should we do one word each from it? Yeah.
No, I think that'll ruin it. I want you to say that one. So
okay.
let me drop the Solary line. All right, because the end of Solary's one is brilliant, and then we'll end it with the best 6 words in existence that were put together by CoolCole93.
I'll give the context for Solary, then you say the line. So for Solary, the whole imagery is that they are climbing this mountain and they keep falling down. Teams keep knocking them down.
I'm going to start from the start of that paragraph as well. After a Regional 3 failure, their fate fell down to the Major. Once here, nobody could halt their climb. Not SK nor Top Blokes, White Demons nor Guild. And while Mountain Goats, BDS, would once more prove too beastly, Solary's exemplary ascension granted the points they needed for a spot in the championship.
That's pretty stupidly
fucking
good.
Golden.
Yeah,
that's good, so good. And Cole, when we were writing this, I think a lot of the start was the same, because I had the not SK nor Top Blokes, White Demons nor Guild in there.
Not quite. I encourage you to have the slightly Dr. Zeusy da 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 da, not da 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 da. Do you remember? Like the Nors and the Nors. That was.
I think I definitely had the White Demons nor Guild as part of it, but I didn't have.
Yeah, I think you did.
The not or nor.
The first Nor, yeah, that was it. So we made it more. There's a word, whimsical.
Yeah, and then Cole, when we were writing, just said, "Oh my god, I've got it," and typed "Mountain Goats BDS." Great line, great descriptor. I love that.
Mate, great theme. Great theme. Look, this is good. This is so lovely. I can't wait to go through all of these on stream.
Nice.
So the next one then, can you give the lads some context for the Fury one? Because a lot of people who wouldn't have watched South America would never have seen this video.
Yeah, so this is for Fury Esports over in South America. And the entire way through the script, they have been referred to like it's a boxing match, exchanging bouts, and this is the final fight.
As the bell rings out one last time, Furia will draw on years of experience for this crucial final fight. One missed swing from their opponents, and a furious flurry of glorious Furia firepower will make up for 8 long months of frustration.
The one line to rule them all. And this was my script in the end. And
hey, mate, you did well. You did well with it.
This was like the one where you said, "Don't slur."
Oh
Whatever
God! If you'd have got, and then
don't you dare slur.
And of course, as I said that, you gave me a few test takes, didn't you?
For what the
a Furious Firepower
will make up. Yeah, very fun. I'm looking forward to going through them because this was what we were doing for maybe not quite 2 months, maybe like a month and a half. Was getting through these, scrolling them down, going through them. Each script taking a few hours each. Having to cut it all into like a really nice chunk of video. We didn't edit them; they were edited by some fantastic people over at DreamHack, which got a lot off our plate, especially with our editor Doomsy. You all know and love him, especially with him making up for doing the recap videos for EU and everything. So yeah, right now we're in a little period of downtime, aside from the fact that we're casting the Intel World Open, which is a very cool competition that's going on.
And I can announce, I guess, because we always do them. We're doing a recap for the championships as well. So there's words going on. There's words in casting. So you say it's a period of downtime. It's sort of not.
Yeah, but we're not casting. Yeah, I know we are casting, but we're not
every day.
Yeah, every day. But apart from this, like when this week is over, good God, I am Chaz's house sitting at her parents', which is a beautiful house out in the countryside, and I'm just gonna be a nature boy for like a week with her.
Does that not sound a bit boring though? Because you like having downtime from screens, right? And like I do for about 10 minutes.
I have my laptop and stuff with me.
Okay. That's what I get when people are like, "Oh, I don't want to check the news for a month, and I'm not gonna watch any sport." All that. It's like, really? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a product of my time, but going completely nature mode.
I don't like going
completely.
Do you know what I
mean? People who go like cabin in the woods style for a week. I'd
love that.
I know you would. I'd hate it. I would hate every second. I wouldn't hate every second. That's a lie. I'd enjoy it at the moment.
Would you take your if you went to a cabin in the woods? Okay, say it's with your mates on a holiday, and some people are saying, "Yeah, I just want to like see if we can like disconnect for a little bit. We'll go out for like walks every day. We'll go swimming. We'll go climb whatever, like all that kind of naturey stuff. We'll go fishing for like one evening and have fires and what stuff." Mm-hmm. Would you take your laptop?
Will there be internet or whatever?
There will not be internet, but you can like hotspot from your phone, but it won't be very quick.
So I'll be able to check up on bbc.co.uk, etc., but not really watch a YouTube video? Give me the context of what I'm expecting.
Watch a YouTube video in like 240p, but it'd take 30 seconds to buffer initially.
Okay. I would bring it. Because you never think...
Your laptop as well.
Yeah,
not just
you never...
your phone.
Oh, no, I guess I'd definitely bring my phone, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyone who's not bringing theirs is crazy. Would I bring my laptop? Maybe, with a couple of Netflix films downloaded. Just in case. Because then it would be the opposite, right? You know how they say if you've been in your room for too long, you've been in the house too long, go out for a walk. If you've been walking too long and listening to squirrels for too long, watch Netflix.
I'm not sure that's great advice.
I think it is great advice, because what I'm proposing is a balance, my friend, and you are King Balance himself.
Because
how's that a balance?
Because surely the week off from screens is then balancing it back to your year that you've had with screens, or your 18 years, whatever. How old are you? 18?
I'm so smug saying this. Surely me doing Insanity for 2 months is balanced with the 10 months a year that I eat.
It is in some way. It is definitely a form of balance. It's just not sustainable balance.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think that's sustainable either. I think that if I was in a cabin for a week, do you mean retort?
Maybe.
Rapport is sort of getting on with
this conversation,
really Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, is this conversation not good rapport?
I'll write a rapport on it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I would like to go to a cabin in the woods. And that'd be a lot of fun.
Bleep. Yeah.
And that'd be great. Maybe we should. We still want to take our 3-wheeled car that we're going to buy and drive it to the next LAN.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it'll be a private jet from Psyonix, right? That's what's changed since when we had that idea.
Yeah, but it'll be a 3-wheeled
private jet.
Which I think all private jets are anyway.
Yeah, but our one really will be a 3-wheeled private jet.
Incredible.
Well, could you hunt if you were in a thing for a week? You're hungry, right? Like, you're eating your berries, but you've run out of bread and butter. You're there, and let's say...
things that nature provides.
No. What I mean is you brought some stuff. You brought provisions with you, right?
Yeah, I got some penguins.
You end up having to stay there for 3 days longer than you thought. Okay, and there's no danger that you're gonna be there forever. You got a call for the one time of the day you check your phone. They said it's gonna be 3 more days. I'm really sorry.
Who's calling me that I'm gonna stay there out of interest? Because theoretically, I've driven. I would have driven there myself.
Fair point. Yeah, you drove there. Your car broke down just before. Okay. You've called up AA, Antarctica AA. You're in Antarctica. You're not Antarctica. You're in I don't know.
Lincolnshire.
I was thinking more like America, so there'll be lots of more interesting wildlife. Okay. You might get a boar or something. Do you think that for those 3 days, you just live on berries?
I don't really like berries as it is.
True, I forgot you don't like fruit.
Yeah, I'm not a very good vegano in that sense.
No.
I just don't like a lot of fruit. But
you're a fake meat vegan, aren't you?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I had a Beyond Burger yesterday, and it was unbelievably good. I had it for lunch, a big fatty lunch, and it was just beautiful.
Big fat one, did you? Yeah. You smoked a big fat Beyond Burger.
I would. I feel like 3 days I won't be that desperate. Realistically, I'd be a hungry lad, but maybe I would be. It depends.
You would get sick of Scrabble in those 3 days.
I know
you'd be like, right, the novelty's wore off now.
Maybe, but then maybe I just sort of like eat the Scrabble tiles. But then next time I go to the toilet, it might spell disaster.
Hey!
There you go. I think that I would probably, if I was there with somebody apart from just Chaz, then I would hunt with them. No, I'd fish. I'd be a fishing boy. I'm okay with eating fish because #fuckfish. That's what pescatarians are. They're just fish haters.
Or fish lovers if they fuck fish.
Yeah, very true. I'd go fishing instead. I'd be more competent and I'd feel more morally okay with fishing. I'd back myself to fish something over hunting something as well, with presumably not great firepower.
Yeah, I mean, you can let nature do the killing for you with a fish. Just fling it and then come back in 2 minutes and the job's done. You don't have to actively, and that's not an enjoyable thing to have to do. There's no neck scrapery with a fish.
You'd need to still gut it.
After it's dead, though.
What would you do? No, I'd kill the fish. I wouldn't just leave it on the side to suffocate.
It wouldn't suffocate. It would love it. It would.
Literally, what else is it doing?
Just take in all that lovely oxygen.
Ooh, I love this air.
Yeah, no, you're right. You'd have to kill it. You have to.
It'd be like in the In-Betweeners,
like Jay, of the In-Betweeners. If anybody listening to this right now, was it? Oh, you're right. It was Neil, wasn't it? Yeah, good knowledge. If anybody listening to this right now has not watched the In-Betweeners, oh my goodness, you're missing out.
Jesus
anybody
Christ.
in America that has never watched the In-Betweeners, go. UK. Anybody in the UK, especially some little Zoomer who's 13 listening to this, fuck off, go and watch the In-Betweeners, learn a thing or two, all right?
Honestly,
don't make them like that anymore.
Oh, they truly don't. That was such a special show. Tell you what, I have watched a lot of over
Friday
the last little while. Friday Night Dinner. Rewatched all of that. Unbelievable series.
Rest in peace, matey.
Yeah, Paul Ritter. My gosh. And then watched it was the 10-year anniversary one. There was like 10 years and a lovely bit of squirrel is what it was called. And it had Paul Ritter doing interviews for it. While he was, I think it was not long before he died, basically, and he looked very ill, bless him. And it was very touching because he was just like, look, he wanted to do the interview, he wanted to make everyone laugh. He was such an incredible actor in it. Friday Night Dinner is something else that everybody, if you haven't seen it, it's a similar enough comedy style to the In-Betweeners, where if you like In-Betweeners, you will like that, but also it's completely different. Would recommend it entirely. Big
It's
fan.
more bubbled. than the in-betweeners. The in-betweeners, they travel, they got up to hijinks, there were set pieces. The point of Friday Night Dinner is that it's all just in one house, the same house, every single week. Like, I think at one point they go to, like, a funeral. But
they go to, like, a curry house as a funeral.
Oh, yeah. It's like, to be fair, though, it's like, when they're at the pub, it's like, oh my God, they're not in the house. Whoa, this is crazy. Yeah. It blows your brain that they're literally in another setting. But yeah, lovely show.
Very, very good show. Would recommend. Oh my gosh, anybody right now who's just binging telly shows, in-betweeners, do that first. If you might not know like British culture and stuff, so you might not get why Thorpe Park is so funny, for instance, but you can relate to it in every single way. Anyway, that's our in-betweeners update. Oh, actually, quick one. You know the guy who wrote it, Robert Popper?
Oh God, is he bad?
No, he in like 2009, when I followed him on Twitter, he had a bot set up that DM'd you saying thanks for the follow.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Oh, I went back and like tried to find the message, but I guess like ones from that long ago were deleted. But I definitely had a DM from him saying thanks for the follow.
Oh, is that the story?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, like there was nothing else that I could get from it.
How many followers? He's only got 71,000 followers.
He deserves so much more.
Oh, he did Look Around You. I liked Look Around You. That was a scientific spoof.
Oh.
Apparently he's done South Park, according to his bio.
Oh, what a guy. Very talented
guy. He just does stuff, doesn't he? Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Anybody that can write a script and make it entertaining and funny, likable, sort of worth following along to, literally fucking smart.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Especially the people that write with them.
the supporting cast.
Robin to their Batman, as it were. But we were obviously talking about the championships a lot, and so we're not gonna dive into analysis and shit of all this, but like,
who cares?
Here's the brackets.
But for people listening, Stumpy is showing the brackets.
Actually, they don't actually fit on one page. Let me just do that. There we go. Okay.
Vitality 1, Day 3 K-Dop, etc. You know, I thought that was a cliche. I didn't really believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever people say, like, you know, whenever people say don't take X to game 5, or Turbo's going to clutch it when it matters, or K-Dop will step up at a LAN / at the most important series of the season, oh my God, it's actually a thing. It's actually a thing.
BDS also did not look like themselves, and that was a big part in Vitality being able to play as well as they did, having a bit more space. But there is nothing to be taken away from Vitality to say that they did not deserve it on the day, because they did in every single way. They swept BDS for the first time ever in a best of 7, and then went on to win 4-2. Incredible series, amazing stuff. Absolutely loved watching it. Nobody really had Vitality to make it into those grand finals after looking at the bracket either. I don't believe
Shogun had them at 6th in the power rankings. I put them 2nd
5th,
when I didn't really think. Oh, was it 5th and he wished he had done 6th?
Yeah.
Got ya. Okay.
Idiot.
I had them in 2nd, and my write-up began with me saying, oh, I guess I'm an old romantic for saying this, but I didn't really believe they were 2nd. It was my heart, not my head, but my heart was right.
Well, they boot camped so goddamn hard as well. Like being in together with Mount behind them, having that atmosphere, the Vitality guys spraying champagne on them afterwards.
Bloke, hey, fizzy water.
Yeah, some delicious alcoholic champagne.
I was on the desk for that bit, and I said, oh, look at them spraying fizzy water everywhere.
It was great. I loved it. Vitality, well deserved in Europe. And NA, obviously NRG were going to win.
Yeah.
Obviously they were going to. G2 pushed them very hard. G2 looked incredible. Absolutely loved watching them play. That was the only series that ended up going to the 3 games. The only set that went for the 3 series, rather.
Nice.
Thank you. Struggling with that all bloody last week. And yeah, but NRG ended up taking it over Space Station Gaming. They looked like they were deserving champs as well. But there was a lot of things that were changed going into the championships. Yeah,
well, I was just going to say quickly, my only frustration from North America is that Team Envy threw Game 7 in Series 1 of the semi-finals against Space Station Gaming. They were 2 goals up with like 1 minute and 12 seconds left.
Yeah.
Space Station Gaming win that, and it just completely steals any and all momentum from Team Envy. So I wasn't annoyed that Space Station won. If Team Envy had taken that first series, then SSG had got the next 2 series, I'd have been all for it. But I feel like the potential of that set was stolen by the fact that Team Envy couldn't close it. And of course, they only have themselves to blame, and well done, Space Station. But I was watching it like, oh, I don't think that's good for the narrative of this set. And so it proved to be. It was 4-1 in the second.
Yeah, very, very good series overall. Amazing stuff. But we had a load of new things for the championship. I listed them in a tweet, and I couldn't be able to copy-paste it, so I just put them in. It was a whole week of Rocket League. There was the overlay that was introduced as well. Incredible overlay with boost, with stats, with new score stuff at the top. Brilliant stuff. I think that was fantastic. The cameras coming in too. Team introduction videos, courtesy of your boys. Regional recap videos, courtesy of your boys.
Oh, yeah.
The face-to-face interviews between players, trying to get them to talk shit at each other, which was a lot of fun. The casters, we were the ones who were talking to those guys during it, to try and get them to smack talk each other. Everyone is very polite in Europe, and everyone is really kind. I had Extra and VK Salem for one of them. And I went in there, I was like, hey guys, and Extra was being all cheeky and fun. And then I said, right, I want you to be mean to each other. All right, I want you to say stuff, and then, like, for it to be amazing content. And Extra's like, I'm not toxic. I'm not going to do that. And I was like, right, Extra.
Sounds very Dutch.
That was, it sort of became Norwegian. I was like, Extra, mate. All right, don't be a bitch. I want you to call VK Silent out. And then VK Silent's funniest thing that he said that didn't end up making it. He said, so Stumpy, you want me to trash talk Monkey Moon? I was like, okay, maybe not quite that far. But yeah, it was fun just doing it, and talking to the players was really nice as well.
I had Demenza going up against Devo, who had just been utterly smashed by the top blokes. So fair play for Devo for coming on that when I'm presuming the lad wasn't in the mood, and we had to dig deep there to get them to be mean to each other because they're both just too lovely. They were saying lovely things. I was like, oh, what do you think of his mechanics? Like, oh yeah, he's really good, really consistent, a really good player. Any weaknesses? Oh, I don't really know. They're a strong team. It's like, oh, come on!
Just
they're
shout
shit.
at each other.
Tell them that they're awful. But
it
was just nice. Yeah,
it was also the first touch hour-long mid-show between EU and NA on the Sunday, and holy hell, the way that was done with the main broadcast all glitching out and then flashing up with the first touch colours, and then Daz coming down from the ceiling and pulling wires out of the servers and saying, well, now we've got the first touch pre-show coming in. Oh, it was awesome.
That was Leaf's idea to do that. Well, he generally put the idea of it being like a glitching out thing, and then I think Daz ran with it and had himself falling down Mission Impossible styley and actually playing with the wires. So it was
Christmas lights.
Yeah, so it was a lovely dynamic between those two, and it worked out so well. Daz performed it to perfection. Yeah, as well. He nailed that delivery. It was perfect. And
those guys on first touch are just great.
I won't lie. When I found out that on the final day I was going to be doing the pre-show, then the desk segments the whole time, and then first touch, I was thinking, oh, that's a long day. That is a lot of hours that I've worked before I have to speak to teammates. But it was just really fun.
Especially
it was
when
great.
BDS then lost. We were literally saying, like, right, please don't make us talk to teammates. Please, we'll do anything, but just please don't make us talk to teammates. But they were really good. Those guys in First Touch are world class. Like, everyone should watch First Touch.
All five of us, did incredibly well to come up with 25 bingo 25 bingo answers on the fly. That was good fun.
That was big pressure.
I think somebody did get bingo out there, like a full like line or diagonal or whatever, which is good. Yeah, so that was good. We also had Miss in Chicago come on, and it's the first time I got to chat to those lads, and they seemed great as well. They were really chatty. Blokes. And got involved well. Chicago, by the way, I watched his YouTube video that analysed NRG versus Space Station Gaming. It was one of the games from that, the NRG 130, I think. And my God, I love watching people more intelligent than me in general, who know Rocket League ultimately infinitely better than anybody that's not a Rocket League pro, right? And that's not a slight on myself, that's just a fact. And also have an analyst eye in general. Chicago, the things he was talking through, I was looking at, oh my God, I was there like watching it with notes. Really recommend people check out Chicago's YouTube channel because he properly deconstructs top level games, some involving him talking about his thoughts, others just talking about the games, and he's pointing out how NRG were basically just sitting deep, letting Space Station come onto them, making sure they covered the corners because Space Station Gaming likes to attack the corners, and then once they had the counter attack, they just sprung. He pointed out like for the first 2.5 minutes, NRG had no pressure at all, and yet they never looked like conceding. I was like, oh yeah. That's a really good point, Chicago. So yeah, well recommended. Chicago's YouTube video.
That's one of the reasons why I love watching apparently Jack in his 2v2 on one series, because somehow that lad has the way that he can just describe everything he's doing and then the ideas that he's got during it just to perfection, and then pulling them off as well is so incredible. Where he's got a 1v2 series as well, which is a lot of fun to watch. And I think it was Scrub's idea initially, then he sort of like poached it, like after asking Scrub, hey, can I do it? And Scrub's like, yeah, God, yeah. And he ends up just 1v2ing his way to like SSL is the plan. And yeah, he's in like Grand Champ at the moment or something. And he's literally describing everything he's doing. The biggest thing that I found is that he has got a mind's eye for when every single boost on the pitch is going to respawn. Like, he's driving around and he'll be talking through everything that he's been doing so far, and then he says, okay, this boost should spawn now. Boop. And I'm like, how have you done that? And you've been speaking through everything you're doing whilst also controlling everything that you're doing. It's amazing. Applejack is amazing. He is world class. Yeah,
they are current trophy kids.
The trophy pros.
Chicago and apparently Jack.
Yeah, there are profies.
Okay, cool, nice. Okay.
We also introduced the best of sets, which was awesome. The fact that everything took place over an entire week, I think was great from a viewer perspective as well. Being able to focus on, okay, this is the one series. What has happened? Oh, sorry, this is the one set. What has happened in this time? Really being able to go into it. That was great. Tri-casting. We had a couple of tech issues on our side, so we ended up casting with Turtle, Jorby, and Achieves.
Yeah.
In the end, it was so much fun to be able to chat with those guys a lot more, and for everyone to nail it.
Everybody was cursed in the entire week. I had no tech issues. I don't think you did.
I didn't know.
But Wavepunk did.
Jorby did. Gibbs did as well.
Leaf did.
James
Shogun did. James did. Did Johnny?
I think Johnny was okay.
Did Johnny get away with it?
Yeah, I think Johnny was
fine.
Not
sure if Corelli did.
Turtle did. I think it was fixed.
Did he?
He had a couple of mic issues, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Daz, I think, was okay, thankfully.
It was more than 50% of us had tech issues. That, by the way, was sorted out on the fly and so well by everyone else, because the plan was we have our basically set trios that we went through. People requested who wanted to cast with, and sort of like what we thought would work. We were so honoured to be working with Jorby, and the first day, unfortunately, it kind of came down to one series.
So
he then had to step aside, and then we got in our ear, it was the producer, an incredible man called Johan, said, okay, you've got Turtle joining, just introduce him when you're ready. And that's when we were sort of trying to figure out how to work it in not awkwardly.
You nailed this.
Yeah, so I then said, if there's one person I want to know, whose opinion, or if there's one person's opinion that I want to know, I'd love to know what Turtle thinks about this. And then he just came in full energy, so excited, saying, you don't even want to know what I think.
Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant. Like, that's terrifying, especially like because you and I are known as having this dynamic where we know what the others are going to say, right? It's I imagine a tough thing to be a third person to us because we have worked together for so long. It'd be like if I was with Shogun or Johnny, or you with Shogun and Johnny, you'd be like, what do I say? Do they need me there, right?
Or Wavepunk Achieves. Like a lot
exactly,
of the but we've had obviously then the extra time of then streaming and stuff together.
And then Turtle comes in midway through a series. Like he knew he'd be there as backup, but ultimately didn't expect to be talking during that series at all. And somebody says that, and he goes, "Yo, right, yeah, you don't want to know what I think or whatever." And just instantly he owns it, and he's coming in with like the loud cough, like yes, Just so I had to take Jorby's play-by-play role, and I knew exactly when Turtle wanted to speak. He taught you and me how to do that role better, because I think when we were casting with Jorby at first, you and I were a bit too polite because we didn't want to tread on Jorby's toes, which I realised when I was doing Jorby's role makes it so much harder, because the whole time Jorby would have been thinking, does Cole have anything to say? Does Stumpy? And then he's got to wait awkwardly. Turtle just helped us bridge that gap because he was like constantly vocalising. He just made us step our game up. His game has improved massively. I think that Turtle is, in general, like taking the TriCast away from it, the most improved caster out of everybody. He has just absolutely elevated his game in every single way.
Well, he's become himself.
I'm such a fan of Turtle. Like, I can't even hide it. Like, he has.
From the green room version that we see of him, where he's so silly and so fun, the person that you see on Twitter as well, he's come out of his shell and he has made it so that he fucking owns any series that he's in. He elevates everybody in the cast. He elevates the game to a new level. He's so good. He's just unbelievable. We've got so much admiration for him. And for everybody on the casting team who, this was a new thing for us. There were iffy moments. We had iffy moments. Other trios had iffy moments. But firstly, it's online and it's a brand new way of casting that only the CRL guys had ever had experience with. So I'm so proud of the entire team, of Psyonix as well, for just saying, yeah, guys, look, if you want to do TriCast, let's do it. Like, let's really figure it out. Let's do something new. We said that there was going to be new stuff coming in for the championships, and I hope that everybody felt like we weren't lying and just sort of like trying to pad out the time and get impressions from us. And yeah, there's going to be loads, but actually it's the same, more of the same. It was new. It was exciting. And we also had the Middle East and Japan show matches with the 2v2 show matches as well. That was more AppJack stuff in there too. And they were so good. People were excited to watch Middle East in the middle of the day. People were excited to watch the Japan series as well. And for those guys, what a bloody stage for them to show off.
Yeah, and they took their opportunities as well. I mean, not even really just for Middle East and Japan with their show matches, but also for OCE in South America. We haven't really talked about those guys very much, but they also had one chance. For EU, right, it starts off for EU, Solary, Team Queso, and NA, G2 Esports, FaZe Clan. If those series are duds, and the players play badly, no one's going to say, oh, that region's crap, right? Yeah. They're only representing themselves. But for the South American teams and the OCE teams, they had to put on a show so people treated their region with respect, and both of them did it. Both sets went to all three series. There were incredible goals in both of them, and that joy sort of spread through to Middle East, Japan, and the 2v2 show matches. Because I've always been slow to get into the 2v2 world. It's the one that I'm most iffy on of the three, okay? Between 1v1, 3v3, and 2v2. My personal order is 3v3, then 1v1, and then twos. But I think they gave a good show of it, didn't they?
Yeah, they were brilliant. I loved watching them. There was so much that we can take as well from those regions too, that we can learn from. And hopefully, it'll come down to a point where we'll be seeing them in the RLCS. We are big fans of them. Obviously, we know that Johnny and T-Bates and whatever are too. They deserve a shot. Going into this episode, though, we put out a tweet saying, hey, ask us some bloody questions. We've been gone for a very long time. So let's have a little look through these. We've actually got quite a lot. So we'll see sort of like where we end up with these. You ready?
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. The first question from @Bilgeman said, who'd win in a 3v3 wrestling match, Vitality or BDS? I'm thinking this is like high school wrestling, like not WWE wrestling, because we could just say who wins in that case.
K-Dop is ripped. Fairy
toned.
Peak is tall.
He's not ripped.
Okay, toned. Fairy Peak's pretty tall.
He's shredded.
I'm not sure that BDS are particularly... Obviously, it's not just about muscles, but I don't know if they're particularly athletic.
I don't know. I think they're all... I think everyone is basically in good health, but then K-Dop is shredded. So I would say Vitality take that for me. Because bear in mind, Fairy Peak has also got the height on him. He can launch a haymaker and just knock
He's smart as well.
Hair off.
If in the first round of the wrestling, however it works, like Vitality get done in, you'd be like, I know why, and then I'll fix it on the fly. Exactly. Then we've got two places where questions are coming in, so I'll go to the other one. From @Dmox said, you guys must be mentally exhausted. What's been your favourite way to relax over the last few weeks?
Yes, I'm mentally exhausted. Jesus Christ, it's been so nice to just be able to like turn off for like a day every now and then, and just like, right, we've got ahead of the work. Let's relax. My main thing is I recently got a new sofa, and it's the comfiest thing in existence, right? So my main way is to straight up be really basic with it, get a cup of tea, lay on the sofa, under some blankets, dog's asleep in his bed, just put some YouTube stuff on, have a little nap. That's what I've been enjoying.
I've started watching The Expanse, and I'm 5 episodes in, and it's something that I started watching. I mean, I tried watching it like about a year ago, and Linnea wasn't a massive fan of it, and that sort of slowed it down in my mind. But I thought, okay, I need a show of my own, so I started watching that, and it's just bubbling. In season 1, so I'm having good fun with that, and also the dog. I like my dog. My dog's good.
Dog is good. Walks have been quite nice when the weather's good. Walks have been very nice, kind of go out into the fields and whatever. But the main field near me that I normally go in, there's like a rotation of fields where like, the cows kind of go between them, and currently the cows are in the main field that I like to go through, so that's a little bit annoying. So I'm going through the wheat fields instead, and Enzo is he loves wheat. He goes into the wheat and just like jumps up like a dolphin, and like dives and bounces around and like pokes his head out. But it's also a really good chance for me to teach him how to return to a whistle, because then he can't see me.
You said that he's been getting better at that.
Yeah, so when he's all buried in the wheat, I run away, and then I'll blow the whistle. I literally like crouch down so he can't see me at all. Blow the whistle, then I hear him stop. Then he like rustles around, like trying to figure out where it comes from. Then he goes back to the path and sees me, then just sprints towards me. So he's getting really good at that, bless him. But yeah, that's how we like to relax, I suppose. There was there's an account that's popped up on Twitter recently called Explaining SubPar's Tweets.
Oh yeah.
Right? We don't know who that is at all. They can't bloody spell. They love a typo, but they clearly know SubPar lore. They know the stuff that we do and have done. And they asked, the boys are back, baby. The Poddy C is out on Thursday, probably Wednesday for ye Patreons. And then they ask a question. Any updates on your back, Stumpy? And how's the house getting along, Cole? Do you want to answer yours first?
We are waiting on a quote for builders to knock down the wall between the conservatory and the kitchen. Once that's done, we can also change the conservatory roof, which is just a crappy plastic corrugated flat piece of rubbish, and we can actually have a really nice kitchen. Once we have that, the rest of the house, the actual DIY stuff of it that I've been working with my stepdad, that should grow exponentially. That's my answer.
Nice.
How about you, mate?
My back, I went to a, what's it called? Not a
chiropractor.
No, physio. I went to a physio. They were really good. She basically saw my back, took about 2 minutes and said, "Oh yeah, you've got scoliosis." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I've got a wiggly back, and it means that like some of the muscles on the left-hand side at the bottom are, now that I feel them and I look at them, it all makes sense. Like on the left-hand side, like it's kind of trying to push the spine into the middle, and at the top, it's underneath my right shoulder blade, so it kind of like goes a little bit wibbly wobbly. I bought a couple of gadgets to help out on my back. Do you want to see my back massager thing for my chair?
Can I hear it go?
Yeah, you probably can. All right, here it is. All right, can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Right. So hang on, I'm going to turn it on. It'll look a bit mental.
Yeah. It looks sinister.
Can you hear it?
Red swirl. Imagine if you're in the darkness and you just see some eyelids flap open, and then you see those eyes spinning.
I don't think you can hear it, can you?
No. Do you want me to?
It's going like... yeah. It's really nice. Like, I put it on my back, and it just, like, works into the knots and just, like...
Nice.
Tears into my terrible back. I'm enjoying it a lot. And, yeah, I've got, like, a back support and stuff on my chair and stuff. So, it's all about preventive stuff at the moment, but it's cool. I'm enjoying myself.
Well done. Good progress.
Yeah.
That's nice to get a diagnosis.
An unbelievably deep tissue massage. And she was like digging her fingers under my shoulder blades to like massage the muscle, and I was like, God, that's painful, but it felt like incredible at the same time. Okay.
How are you guys doing? From @KingBlobfish. I've missed the Poddy C on the way to work.
Oh.
I'd also like to tell you so a fuck off from me. I'd also like to tell you off, so a fuck off from me.
Fuck you, blobbers. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm therapying. I'm having a good time. On therapy mode, which is fun. Everyone should talk to people. People is good. You, Coco?
Yeah, fine. Getting on nose to the grindstone. Got this week to do stuff, and then it should be a little bit more chill. And get back to streaming. I streamed Crash Bandicoot.
Nice.
Was it yesterday? 2 days ago. I think it was
2 days
yesterday. Was it 2 days ago?
I think it was 2 days
and
ago.
I bloody loved streaming Crash Bandicoot, because when I changed my PC, all of my process was lost. All my progress was lost. So I had to start again. I was like, oh, this is great. I get to start again. And it worked out really nicely. It was a good thing. That was a good thing. Yeah.
@BrindleRL asks, did you guys have much input for some of the new content ideas that came out for the Championships week?
Fucking hell.
Also, how much are you looking forward to casting RLCS on LAN? Glad to see you guys doing so well. And a little clap emoji. I'm going to like that comment. Yes, we had a lot of input. The entire team did. We had meetings with everybody. And with the esports department at Psyonix, and it was basically a round table of ideas. When people were saying what they would like to see, what we could see, we then sent over like a doc of ideas that we had. People specialising in bits and bobs, like Johnny and Gibbs kind of took the helm on the show match side of things, where they're saying, right, we think this would be good. Silence like, that sounds brilliant. We will trust you. You guys know what you're doing. Yeah, so we had a lot of input on that, which I absolutely loved being able to talk about. And Cole, casting on LAN, oh boy, that's going to be spicy.
I'm trying not to think about it.
Why?
Because as soon as I start thinking about that, then casting online will lose its shine and luster. So at some point it will happen, right? And I know that. So it's just like, at some point. So that's fine.
It's mad to say now that, yeah, at some point we'll be casting the RLCS at a LAN.
Exactly, and if I start saying things like that, then I'll start counting down the days, and there might be a lot of days. So I don't even want to think
really
about it.
Good. I can't wait
yet.
for it. It's going to be so exciting to hear the crowd behind us. Imagine that, Cole, the roar of everybody, and people chanting chants that we've done previously, and we can just be so proud and look down and at all of the losers that haven't made it.
What is your personal favourite RLCS X series? That's from Juicy, but they're similar from Hayden, Falco77, who said, what's your favourite match of the whole tournament? And somebody else in the other thread asked a similar question as well.
I presume you mean of the season.
Yeah. Does your one involve one team that's really tall?
It does, yeah. Then one team that had to, dig through twice.
Yeah, they really just went to town on that one and ended up going to 14 games. 13 games.
13, yeah. I think it was game 6.
Go on. Talk us through it, mate.
Giants versus BDS.
Buds.
Which regional was it? Was it...
Must have been Winter, because that
Winter
had the
2?
bracket resets.
No, Winter 2 was Top Blokes win. Winter 3, maybe.
I think Winter 1.
Oh.
Is my shout.
At all. Regional 2. It is Regional 2.
Because I think you and I did the only non-BDS ones, and then Shogun and Johnny, it was like, back to you, lads, have some finals. BDS win 4-0, lol.
Oh, Liquipedia, you're so shit. Right.
Regional 2 says, how have you got that name on Twitch? Ben Redick.
He was wrong.
Oh.
It was not Winter Regional 2.
Presumed that he'd Googled it. Was it 1?
Winter Regional 3? Yeah, Winter Regional 3.
Was it?
Yeah, Winter Regional 3. The final one, 4-3.
Damn it, Ben Redick.
Then 4-2. It had 8 overtimes in it, which was just ridiculous. We also, confirmed by Direct, had the most amount of overtimes cast out of any other RLCS casters at 6% above the average. We had 28% of our series. Then in the IWO so far, or at some point last night, we were at 34% of all of our series going to overtimes, which is ludicrous. So yeah, BDS versus Giants was one of the best series we have ever seen in the RLCS. We had the honour of casting it. It was one of the max number of games it could have been at that time as well. Loved it. It was a moment for us, Cole, where we casted finally a regional finals, and it felt like we had put in the legwork to get there.
It was pretty spicy, wasn't it? It was pretty ridiculous. We have been very lucky with the series that we've casted all season long. But it is always funny when Shogun and Johnny get a dud, and we just pop a smiley face in there or whatever. Yeah. And Shogun's like, "Oh, curse you guys, you get the good ones."
Question from @tagmarta_. What is some of your favourite experiences that would have happened backstage, that's outside of the public view, versus RLCS X?
Well, that's a season's worth of conversation to talk about. Can you think of anything specifically?
Well, one thing that I do love is that those moments do happen. That everybody sticks around. It's not just, you've done your series, then you mute. Wait till your next one? Okay, right, we're back on again. There's a Green Room channel in the RLCS Discord, and everyone just hangs out and chills, until then their next series that's on, and it's just a conversation of rotating people.
We talk about sequin pillows a lot.
Yes, so often. One of my favourite things that has happened is...
I remember one, but go on. Yeah, you go.
Mine's be very general, is just getting to know people a lot more, because we've spoken to those guys a lot. We love and know Shogun and Johnny. We've seen them obviously very often. Realistically, we've met the North American guys 4 times. Really not often at all.
A few.
Yeah, a few times. And it has been such a pleasure to just be able to get to know them more. Talking to Achieves, that he is one of the funniest people I've ever spoken to. Achieves is a national goddamn treasure. He's so genuine that when I do, one of my favourite things is he loves to do a weird voice, right? He's well into his like a British
big
accent.
challenge. He does the old school BBC high-pitched voice really well.
It's so funny. And then if you sort of like get into into like a 1-2 with him, like sort of doing impressions and accents, he's genuinely laughing and having a brilliant time, and just enjoying himself. So yeah, I would say just getting to know everybody a lot more.
Mine would be, I'm going to take you back to the full split, Stumpy, where we were fairly new in the B stream, alongside your F-Dots, your Supersonics, your Spacemans, other people that I'm probably forgetting that they're going to hate me. Dazarin was there as well. Stacks, of course. And we were chatting about food. Subi. Oh, lovely Subi. We were chatting about food. We were discussing the differences between American and British culture of food. And they were chatting about bagels, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go chat about bagels, sort of saying, oh, yeah, in New York, you have bagels of salmon, whatever, but down in the South, you'd never do that. And I think the controversy was that Supersonic didn't cook his bagels or heat them up. And they were like, can you imagine that? Imagine being in New York and not doing whatever, right? All these sort of local US based things. And then, I can't remember which one of us did it first. Do you remember, Stumpy? One of us just said, wait a minute, in America, a bagel's savory. And they're like, yeah, what do you mean? But well, over here, they're a sweet treat. Over here, they're like, you get them from like sweet shops, and they've got like, do you guys have gummy worms? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, yeah. So over, can you get a gummy? I'm gonna get it in that thing on the Twitter questions for the videos.
That awful like gummy wormy Oreo one where
I'll find it.
Me and Cole were just having a back and forth of just being so oblivious to the fact that like bagels are obviously a savory thing, and they were convinced. They were like, I think Supersonic especially was like, wait, sorry, they're sweet for you, like they're only sweet. And we're like, yeah, like they're a sweet thing. Like what, you have them as a savory thing? Was that? Yeah,
we told them with a straight face, because after we'd been talking, I shared that in our group. Stumpy, I mean, my not laughing instincts were pretty good that day, because I was like, yeah, this is what when we think of a bagel, we think of this. You immediately had to mute yourself. You just sent me a message going, what the fuck? I'm in tears now.
I was crying because Cole found that picture, and it sent me over the edge. Where then all of a sudden, Supersonic, maybe any amount of skepticism he had was thrown out the window. All of a sudden, it was real. English people put gummy worms, and like there was a picture of them like baked into the bagel as well. I'm sure, like melted into it. Oh my god!
No, that's what we told them we did. We told them that normally what we do is we put that in. Oh, was there a picture as well?
There was a picture as well.
Oh, amazing!
Them being melted into the bagel. It was so funny just to have them all so like asking and being so genuine. I was like, that's crazy! I can't believe it. And me and Cole are just lying to their faces.
Was another one as well. They were talking about birthday cake, and they were chatting about that for a couple of minutes. And at one point, I go, wait, sorry, when you say birthday cake, do you mean the thing that you have like with candles on? And they're like, yeah. I go, oh, we call that birthday sponge over here. And some people was like, I think you were laughing, and then you unmute yourself going, yeah, we do call it birthday sponge. And then muting, just going, ah!
It was incredible. Just those guys as well. Like the warmest welcome imaginable from the B stream guys, who are some of the hardest working people we've ever worked with. Everybody in the RLCS, they are at the top of their game for a reason. We have been. It's been an honor, like a straight up honor, to be alongside them in working with them. Everyone working together. One thing that I love in Discord that people might not know is that obviously you can't be looking at Twitter and stuff like during a series, and so when you're fully invested in it, with various stats that come in, such as from Direct, who is an incredible human being who sends in so many stats, tracks everything amazingly, very relevant stats too. You'll find that tweet and you'll paste it into the Discord, so the casters can then see it, make sure they're fully aware of it. It will then be the tournament admins, maybe like CJ Link. He'll then put in just something saying, okay, this will be the first time that BD has been swept in a best of 7, and then casters can bring it up. Just amazing feeding stats to people, and it's gets everybody to be selfless, and it makes for such a good broadcast at the end of the day.
Should we do one more question? I've got one.
Yeah, go on.
From @HelloCitrus. Have you gotten vaxxed yet?
Yes, I have. I got vaxxed start of the month, I think, something like that. I've got my second one booked for early August.
I was vaxxed a couple of months ago with my girlfriend. And my second one is on the 29th. So in 5 days' time, next Tuesday,
Nice.
I'll be getting my second one. And then I can walk about like I'm
Pfizer gang?
invincible. Nah, mate, AstraZeneca.
You're AstraZeneca. Are you poor?
Yes.
Yeah, you're poor.
Here I am. I got it from a market, from a flea
Pfizer
market.
Pfizer. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I've enjoyed it a lot. I've enjoyed it a lot getting.
What, getting vaxxed?
Getting vaxxed. I have. It's given
I
me
did-
like
I
a
did
nice
as well.
like feeling of sort of safety. All right, that's nice.
It's the way you worded it. It was I enjoyed that I got vaxxed. I didn't really. The way you said it, it's like you were talking about a memory of, oh yeah, when we put the slip and slide outside. I did enjoy that a lot. Yeah, your wording was slip and slide esque.
I want to slip and slide from my window now. That'd be fun.
Towards a bunch of needles.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah.
I've been I've had a good time being vaccinated. Everybody should be as well, because then things can #open up.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you're skeptical about getting vaccinated, don't be.
I would say, if anyone is thinking, oh my god, this goes about vaccines. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Just don't take info. This is a genuine appeal, almost. Don't take info from sources that you would find on social media that is from like a third party like website. So or like from like a mother's group or something like that, right? If you're worried about the vaccine, you have every right to be worried about it. That's fine. You are okay to do that. Give it a look on your government's website. For America, it's like CDC and whatever. In the UK, it's the NHS. Have a look. They've got FAQs. Ease your mind. If you want stuff to be over, there's no reason to worry about this vaccine whatsoever. People are saying, oh, it's been rushed through. It's not.
No.
It's not. It's taken the same amount of time. It's just had an unbelievable amount of funding because it has to.
So without the gaps that normally exist in the stuff happening.
The gaps
basically.
when you're trying to find the money.
Yeah,
essentially.
A year or whatever.
They've now, it can be a decade or something, because a lot of places, they just won't fund it, essentially. This needed to be funded, then for those companies to make money again. That's why it's been so quick. It is safe. If you're blood clots, it was in the normal range for a normal population with or without a vaccine. That was a non-issue. Just look into it from your country's government website. We wholly support everybody getting vaccinated. Be safe. Even if you're young, you're 18. I saw some people saying, oh, I'm 18 or whatever, or like my son's 18. There's no point in him getting vaccinated because it won't hurt him. But then it could mean that then they get COVID and then they could either spread it to somebody who is vulnerable, who isn't able to get the vaccine, because there are young people who won't be able to get the vaccine because of various health problems. That's fine. It happens with every vaccine out there. And it also means that if COVID can be going through a lot of different people, it will then have a chance to mutate. But if it's killed in the body before it can be spread along by getting vaccinated, then it's going to squish all of those mutations and stuff can get back to normal much, much quicker. But look at your local government's website and they will give you all the information that you need.
Fucking hell. I can't add anything to that really, can I? Perfect.
There you
So that's why Stumpy's degree occasionally comes in useful.
Sometimes.
When saving the world, using your soapbox to spread good rather than evil. Good on you, gobbo, mate.
I really hate that the bagel was there the entire time.
Leave the bagel alone, a nice gummy bagel. Don't insult a British bagel, all right? Look, eat your birthday sponge and shut up.
That's what BBC stands for. It's British Bagel Society, but it's spelled with a C.
Culinaries.
Club. The British Bagel Club. Everybody, that has been episode 65 of the SubPar Poddy C. We are sponsored by rocket-league.com. We are funded by our gorgeous, beautiful patrons as well. We will be, now that we are out of the incredible workload that we have been burdened with, thanks Psyonix Ian, we will be able to get some more podcasts out. We'll be getting back to streaming as well. But we've been busy for good reasons, Cole. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, hopefully. And what I would say as well as a final point is thank you to the SubPar community and the podcast enjoying community, because you guys have not been entitled little shits. I think to a person, all of you have realised that we're not just fucking about and taking a few weeks off. You know, when we've said we're doing stuff, you guys have all believed us that we're doing stuff. And hopefully we can reward you with lovely streams and content and stuff.
Thank you, team. Love you lots. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Like I said, this has been SubPar Poddy C number 65. We'll see you in the palindromic 66.
Also, 66, it's coming home. Euros. That's all I'm saying.